Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. The most important news and editorial of the day that is relevant for both prelims and mains examination will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with news topic list. Today is 12th of July. The first news is MP panel oppose mediation bill. Second, RBI set up system to settle international transaction or trade in rupees. We have seen the depreciation of rupees. Third, India to surpass China as the most populous nation by 2023. We'll see more details and insight on this. This is a study that was conducted by a US agency. Basically, UN के जो agencies हैं, उन्होंने इस पर study किया. Now, the fourth is US suitable intermediaries. This is an editorial. I'll be discussing two editorial for day. And the other editorial is comprehending the public health. Apart from the news and editorial discussion, at the end of this video, there will be MCQ based questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. And if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do not forget to press a like button. Starting with the first news of the day, that is MP panel oppose mediation bill, something important for General Studies paper 2 under the topic Parliament and State Legislature, Structure, Function, Conduct of Businesses, Power, Privileges and Issues arising from it. This type of bill is again significantly important for both prelims and mains examination. So make sure you know the details about this bill. If it is being asked in examination, especially in mains, तो आपको जो salient features है वो बताने होंगे. Now, recently, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Law and Justice has recommended a substantial change to the mediation bill. What is mediation? Before I proceed with the details of this bill, basics आपको जानने की ज़रूरत है कि mediation होती क्या है. Mediation is a form of alternative dispute resolutions where both parties which are in disputed parties attempt to settle their dispute outside the court. Basically, ये outside court settlement का एक अलग procedures है with the assistance of independent third party known as mediators. This is again a general term. I think most of you must be familiar, but जिनको नहीं पता है उनके लिए ज़रूरी है basics mediation का जो concept है वो इसी पे arise है. Now about the bill, the mediation bill require persons to try to settle civil or commercial dispute through mediations before approaching to any court or tribunal, right? So this is an alternative way to get the resolution done. A party may withdraw from the mediation after 2 sessions if they are not satisfied. 2 session के बाद वो withdraw कर सकते हैं. And the mediation process must be completed within 180 days, which may be extended to another 180 days. So this is a maximum duration upon which the mediation has to be resolved. Now, agreement resulting from mediation will be binding and enforceable on the same manner as the जो कोर्ट के judgments होते हैं उसी तरह से same enforceable और same तरह से binding होते हैं. Now, establishment of Mediation Council of India की बात की गई है. For this bill, it called for MCI. This MCI is Mediation Council of India. The bill proposed to establish MCI and give power to the court and give it power which is equivalent to the court. The bill meant to institutionalize the mediations and establishment of Mediation Council of India. Its functions include registering mediators, recognizing the mediation service providers, mediation institutions which train and certify the mediators. Now questions by panel, खास करके जो हाउस पैनल है उन्होंने कुछ बातों पे क्वेश्चन की है and they have treated that some changes as also required. So the panel questions in making a pre-litigation mediation compulsory and warned that center against the provisions to give High Court the power to frame the rules for mediations. ये पहली concern है, question है. दूसरी that the member panel has said that making a pre-litigation mediation may actually result in the delaying case and may prove to be an additional tool in hand for torrent litigants to delay their disposable case. तो अगर इस तरह से pre-litigant mediation mandatory बनाई जाएगी तो जो cases हैं उनकी numbers pile on और ज़्यादा हो सकती है. Now concerns over the provision of clause 26. This is again important for the prelims examination. क्या है clause 26? Basically panel ने ये note किया that provisions of clause 26 are against the spirit of constitutions, right? Why? Because clause 26 provide the court annexed mediations, जो कि कोर्ट के द्वारा मॉनिटर की जाएगी, इस तरह की mediations होगी, including the pre-litigation mediations, right? That shall be conducted in accordance and practice with the directions given by the Supreme Court and High Court. जब मीडिएशन ऑलरेडी आउट ऑफ कोर्ट हो रही है, फिर कोर्ट के सुपरविजन्स में इसकी करने की क्या बात है? दिस इज आर द कंसर्न दैट वर रेज्ड एंड द बिल प्रपोज गिविंग द पावर टू कोर्ट टू मेक रूल्स फॉर द कोर्ट एनेक्स्ड मीडिएशंस व्हिच इज अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इन नेचर. सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट कंसर्न. स्पेसिफिकली अगर आप मेंस पेपर में इस तरह के सवाल अटेम्प्ट कर रहे हैं तो आप ये कंसर्न जरूर वहां पे लिखें. Now the other news, RBI set up system to settle international trade in rupee, something important for General Studies paper 3 under the topic Indian economy and issues related to planning, mobilization, resource growth and development. So recently the Reserve Bank of India has announced a mechanism to settle the payment for international trade in rupees. Why this decision was taken? The main rationale behind the decision or move by the central bank, that is by RBI, to help boost India global trade, especially countries export में. और जिस तरह की rupees की value depreciate हो रही है, उसको भी एक basically backing देने के लिए. The new mechanism address the issues related to invoicing, exchange rate as well as the settlement. Now more about the guideline that has come up by the Reserve Bank of India. So under the new guideline, all export and import under the arrangement will be dominated and voiced in Indian rupees, that is INR, and the exchange rate between the currencies of the two trading partner countries may be market determined. Now settlement of trade transactions की अगर बात करें under this agreement shall be taken place of Indian rupees according to the procedures that is led by the central bank, that is the RBI. Now Indian export may rise in advance, जहाँ पे export की अगर बात करें from the overseas importers in Indian rupees through the rupee payment mechanism. So this is how this will be followed in terms of export also. Now the other aim, as I've told you in the beginning, the main rationale is to strengthen the value of rupee. So amid the ongoing rupee weakness, the RBI has announced the steps which appears to be aimed at reducing the demand of foreign exchange and promoting the rupee settlement of the trade values or the trade flows. And the other news that is again significant and astonishing for a country like India, where India is going to surpass China as a most populous nation by 2023. Some other factual information is also related to 2050. This is important for General Studies paper 2, government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from design and implementation. Although this news is also relevant for all the aspirants who have geography as in their optional, right? So according to the 27th edition of United Nations World Population Prospect, this is for 2022, India is proposed to surpass China as the world's most populous country by 2023. Now India would be surpassing China, और कुछ अगर ऐसे important जो values हैं, जो datas हैं, वो मैं भी आपको बताऊंगा आगे. So in 2022, China remained the most populous country in the world with 1426 million, but India has caught up marginally less, जहाँ पे इंडिया की अभी population 1412 million. It's marginally low. It is expected by end of this 2023, India would chase the China. In 2021, the average fertility of the world population stood up at 2.3 birth per woman for the lifetime, having fallen from 5 in 1950. जो 1950 में birth rate थी 5 के आसपास थी per woman. Now it has stood up to 2.3 birth. Now projected increase in the global populations, जो UN की रिपोर्ट है उसने बताया that more than half of the projected increase in the global population is up to by 2050. और कुछ concentrated countries हैं जहाँ पे population बढ़ रही है, that is include Congo, Egypt, Ethiopia, India, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines and United Republic of Tanzania. Now India की population की अगर बात करें by 2050, this is again significant that the UN projects and noted that by 2050 India population will reach up to 1668, far exceeding the China declining population that would be 1317. Again, definitely it's not that good news. We need to control the population. Population does not only promote the inclusiveness, but also it can cause the problem of unemployment and many sort of thing. Quality education, quality life इंडिया में although जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा है, बट इंडिया एज अ कंट्री विच हैज़ अ यूथ पोटेंशियल, तो दोनों चीज़ों में बैलेंस करना गवर्नमेंट के लिए काफ़ी टफ होती है. और एट द सेम टाइम जब कोविड पेंडेमिक के बाद इस तरह की चीज़ें हुई हैं, द रिकवरी विल अनदर टेक बेसिकली लीप ऑफ ईयर्स टू फॉलो, राइट. सो the global populations by 2050 would touch around 9.7 billion, and the population will reach 8 billion basically by November 2022, and more than 3 times the population that we have seen. 2.5 billion हुआ करती थी 1950 में, और अब जो population है which is almost 3 times the current population. Now you can see this graph which will help you understand. The color coded are there, green in color with China, and this is India, red in color. आप देख सकते हैं 1990s में क्या difference थी, and in 2022 marginally India is there, right? बहुत ही कम margin से India पीछे है, और 2050 तक ये बताया गया that India would be something higher, would be the world most populous country, right? So these are the data. आप इसके स्क्रीनशॉट भी ले सकते हैं, जो कि आपको बाद में कुछ वैल्यूज जो हैं वो ज़रूरी पड़ेंगे एग्जाम के लिए. वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन की अगर बात करें, 1 बिलियन थी 1804 में. ग्रेजुअली आप देख सकते हैं किस तरह से नंबर्स इंक्रीज हुए. एट करंट दिस इज 8 बिलियन बाय 2022. दिस इज बाय द यूनाइटेड नेशन पॉपुलस फंड. Now, fall in the global life expectancy due to COVID-19. COVID-19 के आने के बाद जो लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी है, जहाँ पे वो 72.8 years हुआ करती थी, it has fallen to 71%, mostly due to the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, its impact on immunity, its impact on lifestyle. So by 2050, the number of person aged 65 or over worldwide is projected to be more than twice the number of the children under age 5 and about the same the number of children under age 12. तो ये कुछ values हैं जो कि project की गई हैं by the UN report. Now moving to the editorial, this is the first editorial of the day, followed we'll see the second editorial also. The first is a suitable intermediary, something important for general studies paper 2, that is functions and responsibility of union and states and issues pertaining to challenge of the federal structures. So under this editorial, there are 2 important subheads. First is background, उसके बाद कुछ 7 important prepositions बताए गए हैं, propositions बताए गए हैं, जो मैं आपको एक एक करके बताऊंगा. There are 7 propositions. और इस पूरे एडिटोरियल की जो पूरी थीम है, that is about the नीति आयोग role in ensuring the collaborative between the center and the state government. So since the inception of Niti Ayog in 2015, Niti Ayog has been instrumental in promoting the competitive and cooperative federalism in our country. और नीति आयोग की अगर बात करें, ये जनरल नॉर्मली हर एनुअली गवर्नेंस काउंसिल की मीटिंग बुलाती है, where the leadership is there under the prime minister, which bring together the chief minister, lieutenant governors, states के जो CM है, chief secretaries हैं, इंटर जो heads हैं, उनको बुलाई जाती है ताकि नेशनल एजेंडा पे डिस्कशन हो, गवर्नमेंट की जो पॉलिसीज है उसकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशंस की बात की जाए, रोड मैप की बात की जाए. Now 7 propositions की अगर बात करें जो इस एडिटोरियल में बताई गई है, the run up to 20 governors council meeting, the first national governance conference on chief secretary was held in Dharamshala recently, and during the meeting कुछ 7 propositions के बारे में बातों को highlight किया गया है. This 7 proposition is again very important for your mains examination. Now proposition 1, इंडिया की ग्रोथ की अगर बात करें, इंडिया की ग्रोथ स्टेट्स और यूटीज के साथ है. So as a custodian of regional policy, the prime executor for the development of the program is the state, and the state economy is playing a very significant role. State urban governance, agriculture, power distributions, land record modernizations, labor law specification, and population control or pollution control is a main part and policies of the government. Now, India to remain one of the fastest growing major economy, and state must identify their strength. नीति आयोग को क्या करने की जरूरत है? नीति आयोग मस्ट इंश्योर अ प्रोडक्टिव एंगेजमेंट एंड डायलॉग विद द स्टेट्स टू डेवलप द ग्रोथ रोड मैप, राइट. तो ये फर्स्ट प्रपोजिशन है. दूसरे प्रपोजिशन की अगर बात करें, टू अचीव ग्रेटर सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कोहेशन, राइट. इसका मतलब है दैट जो इनकम कन्वर्जेंस है स्टेट्स के साथ, पब्लिक पॉलिसी में प्रायोरिटाइज करके देखने की जरूरत है. नीति आयोग यहाँ पे इंडेंजर डिस्कोर्स टू एड्रेस द क्रूशियल इश्यूज दैट हैव improve the governance structure, adequate financial management and infrastructure, right? तो we need to ensure कि जो सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कोहेशन है उसके साथ जो डेवलपमेंट है वो अलाइंड हो ताकि हर एक सिटीजन को उसका बेनिफिट्स मिले. The third proposition is additional income and performance of the social indicator in the sound metric for assess the state performances. State की जो आउटलिंक है आउटकम्स है वो डिलिंक्ड होती है इनकम ऑफ द सेवरल स्टेट्स. इनफैक्ट अगर मिजोरम की बात करें जो इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट अगर आप वहाँ पे देखें IMR, इट इज़ वन ऑफ द एग्जाम्पल. अगर वहाँ पे IMR देखें तो काफ़ी कम है, 3 डेथ पर 1000, वेयर इट इज़ एवरेज अगर नेशनल की बात करें 28 है. तो वी कैन इवन take the example, good example from other states. नीति आयोग must develop several sectors indices जहाँ पे डैशबोर्ड बनाई जाए ताकि इस तरह के ट्रैकिंग हो सके और इफेक्टिव मॉनिटरिंग भी की जा सके. The fourth proposition is that there must be ensuring a growth that originates from the grassroots. एक significant interstate और inter-district variations में जो डेवलपमेंट की जरूरत है उसकी बातों को हाईलाइट किया जाए. And the Prime Minister, in light of this, has also launched Aspirational District Program, which is also known as ADP, जहाँ पे बहुत सारे challenges को data driven के through highlight किया जा सकता है, outcome based governance की जा सकती है, and even these data will help government to formulate the policies. Now the program focuses on fostering the competitive among the district, जहाँ पे वो enable करेंगे ताकि जो government की पूरी scheme है उसकी collaborations हो, implementations हो, and even some other district can act as a role model for the other district. Niti Aayog must focus on the guiding state government in replicating the aspirational district program, जिसको ADP भी कहते हैं, at the block level and for the district level not characterized as aspirational. तो जहाँ पे aspirational districts की fulfillment नहीं हो रही है उनको encourage करना और इस तरह के parameters पे आना. The fifth proposition is a better management urbanization is crucial, जहाँ पे cities में affordable housing, water supply और waste management की तरफ ध्यान देने की ज़रूरत है, and efforts to empower to make large urban population Atmanirbhar, that is the need of the hour. Now the sixth proposition, that is several best practices has already been implemented by the state across the India. तो नीति आयोग यहाँ पे एक इंटरमीडियरीज की तरह एक्ट कर सकता है which can help both center and state to ensure the cross sharing of the best practices for any state. जिस तरह से मैंने आपको मिजोरम का एग्जाम्पल दिया जहाँ पे IMR काफ़ी कम है, 3 IMR की डेथ रिपोर्ट की गई है पर 1000. सो इस तरह के बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल्स आप कोट कर सकते हैं इवन फॉर एग्जामिनेशन, और इस तरह के एग्जाम्पल हर एक स्टेट्स भी ले सकती हैं टू इम्प्रूव देयर हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, बीट फॉर एनी सेक्टर दे कैन टेक द एग्जाम्पल, राइट. Now last is the seventh proposition which called for India has aspired to grow equally fast but is not subject to the carbon constraint. यहाँ पे ज़रूरत है कि स्टेट लेवल पे एक क्रूशियल decarbonization framework बनाई जाए which is even the need for the hour, and this will call for creation of new jobs, increase income and improved public health. So there's a need for the continuation of our national debate around these challenges, and this was also highlighted in the COP26 जहाँ पे इंडिया ने पंचामृत की भी बात की है, and India has already made a commitment that by 2070 India would achieve the net zero emissions. Now moving to the other editorial of the day, that is comprehending the public health, something important for general studies paper 2, that is issues related to development and management of it. So decentralization, district level health management की बात की गई, यहाँ पे example लिया गया है, तो we'll see the Tamil Nadu examples, right? And basically 4 subheads पे मैंने इसको decide किया है so that you can understand it better. The first is the functional epidemiology, national health policy, eliminating significant diseases and the way forward. So recently, the articulated vision of the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, which called for the decentralized district health management, is the timely need post-pandemic era. Post-pandemic के बाद ये सबसे बड़ी ज़रूरत देखी गई है कि जो हमारे हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम है उसको में डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन लाया जाए ताकि हर एक जो हेल्थ स्टेशंस हैं, इवन हॉस्पिटल्स हैं, उनमें बेसिक एम्यूनिटीज़ प्रोवाइड की जाए एंड दे शुड बी गिवन ऑटोनॉमी टू परफॉर्म, राइट. सो तमिलनाडु in compared to many other states has a better socio-economic development, and because how this is possible, thanks to their high priority to healthcare education by the successive government. तो जितनी भी गवर्नमेंट है उन्होंने हेल्थ और एजुकेशन को हमेशा से ही प्रायोरिटी पे रखा है. Now during the major epidemics, public health assumed an extraordinary power. यहाँ पे अगर 1897 एपिडेमिक कंट्रोल एक्ट की बात करें, Recently, government ने इसको invoke किया during the COVID-19 pandemic, and certain amendment was also there to the Epidemic Disease Act. Now, functional epidemiology की अगर बात करें, epidemiology is the foundation of public health, जहाँ पे disease surveillance की जाती है. Disease surveillance और epidemiology is a two different domain. दोनों मतलब एक ही पहलू है, एक सिक्के के दो पहलू है. It is a two side of the same coin, and the former provide the real time information. Epidemiology एक ऐसी चीज है जो आपको real time में information देती है for the action, and the disease surveillance is more kind of analysis data that facilitate planning. So this is a thin line difference that you need to understand. Now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the lack of functional epidemiology led to the inadequate forward planning. This was first time for the country. Even for a century we have seen, एक पूरी 100 साल के बाद इस तरह की चीज़ें इंडिया में रिपोर्ट की गई थी. तो गवर्नमेंट के लिए भी काफ़ी टफ थी, कोई डेटा नहीं था. बट अगेन दिस शुड बी एक्टिंग एज अ प्रेसिडेंट. अगर फ्यूचर में कभी भी इस तरह की पेंडेमिक हो तो उस डेटा को यूटिलाइज किया जा सके. Now, national health policy, which was there by the government, 2017 में government ने start किया था. Emergence of the robust healthcare industry is estimated to be growing by the double digit, and medical professional in the private tertiary care facilitate make us proud, even providing world care surgical medical interventions to attract healthcare seeker even from the developed countries. Now, eliminating significant diseases की अगर बात करें, Tamil Nadu was the first state to eliminate smallpox, guinea worm, polio, measles mortality, and the first to document Japanese encephalitis, dengue type 1 to 4, HIV, hepatitis B infection in India. So they have a milestone achievement in the healthcare sector, which can again be a precedent for many other states. Now, way forward की अगर बात करें, I'll be just giving you some 3 point. अगर आप मेंस पेपर में भी इस तरह के सवाल अटेम्प्ट करें तो आप इस तरह से वे फॉरवर्ड को कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं. इवन यू कैन ऐड सम अदर पॉइंट ऑल्सो. द फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट इज तमिलनाडु मस्ट डिजाइन अ सिस्टम विच शुड बी यूनिवर्सल एंड मैक्सिमाइजिंग द पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप. तमिलनाडु को भी कोलैबोरेट करने की जरूरत है ताकि और एफिशिएंसी को प्रमोट किया जा सके. देयर इज अ नीड टू डिजाइन इक्विटेबल हेल्थ केयर डिलीवरी सिस्टम which is seamless referable to the public primary healthcare or tertiary healthcare, and not for the administrative machinery to be put in place. Health management program consistently with the public health and universal healthcare should be there in the Tamil Nadu, and this equally apply for all other state in India which is even not performing or even those who are performing. तो जो स्टेट अच्छा नहीं कर रहे हैं उनको भी ये करने की जरूरत है, जिन स्टेट्स ने अच्छी की है उनको और ज़्यादा इम्प्रूव करने की ज़रूरत है. सो दिस इज हाउ द वे फॉरवर्ड कैन बी कंक्लूडेड. Moving ahead with the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. For first question, the correct option is C. For second question also the correct option is C. Today's MCQ for practice आपको बताना है प्रधानमंत्री भारतीय जन आशुद्धि परियोजना के बारे में. It's a Bureau of Pharma PSU in India. It's implementing the agency to implement the entire program. And the scheme aims to bring down healthcare budget for every citizen through providing quality generic medicine at an affordable price. So do check it out for the correct option, which is the correct one. This would be again relevant for your examination. Now the other is Global Bio India 2021. The initiative was launched by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. The theme for this year is transforming life with the tagline of biosciences and bioeconomy. So do check it out for the correct options. This was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other concern, you can let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.